2 deals with Islamic marriage, and part 3 deals with Christian ordinance marriage.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So they are all valid forms of marriages.
Okay.
You decide the one you want to go into. Yes.
All right. So sometimes we hear the news about cohabitation, or for the traditional forms, they go and give some drinks, and subsequently they go and do engagement.
Okay.
So let me say is that recognized under the law?
Let me say that what
can we say that is ordinance?
Let me say that what you call engagement, strictly speaking, should be called customary marriage. Engagement. It is not engagement as known in the Western world. When the man will meet a woman in the street and saying he's engaging him or he's engaging her by putting a ring on the finger. No, this is proper traditional or customary marriage, recognized by the state. So we should stop calling our customary marriage engagement. It is proper marriage.
Okay.
And it is valid in law.
I see.
Yes.
Because for many of the times when we're going to marry, we do engagement and then go to church. So does it mean that we're marrying 2 times in a separate marital period?
No. Technically speaking, we have what you call a conversion of marriage. If you marry under customary law, you can take the same woman you marry under customary law to church to marry her under the ordinance. So you are converting it from customary to ordinance. Some call it dual marriage because you have to perform rites under custom, and then you go to church to perform under, but the technical term is conversion. So if you are married to a woman under customary law, you can take that same woman to church to marry her under ordinance. But a man with 2 or more wives cannot take one of them to church to marry her under ordinance. Anybody who does that has committed a crime and can be jailed for doing that.
What's the name of the crime? What's the offense?
Bigamy.
Bigamy?
Yeah, bigamy.
Okay.
Yes.
That's you're married under ordinance to 2 women?
Yes. So, by the laws of the state, if you marry a woman under customary law, you cannot marry another woman under ordinance. That's bigamy. The reason is ordinance is strictly monogamous. And if you marry a woman under ordinance, you cannot marry another woman under customary law.
I don't understand.
First, if you marry a woman under customary law, you cannot marry another woman under the ordinance. And 2, if you marry the woman first under ordinance, you cannot marry another woman under customary law. That's bigamy. But some of the so-called bogus, maybe some marry outside, they come down and take a second wife, or some marry here, they go outside to marry another woman. That's bigamy.
That's a crime?
Yeah, that's a crime. It can be given up to 3 years imprisonment.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's a crime.
So what are the limitations or otherwise of all the types of marriages? I mean, I've heard stories of how if you marry the traditional way, there are certain things that you will not benefit from when there's an issue in the marriage. Can you explain to us?
No, let me say this. Before the passage of PNDC Law 111 in 1985, if a man married the woman under the ordinance, by virtue of the ordinance marriage, he could claim to test or the man's property if the man died intestate. But now with the passage of a PNDC Law 111, it doesn't matter the kind of marriage you go into. If a man dies intestate, we use PNDC Law 111 to regulate the assets. So now there's no difference between customary and then ordinance when it comes to succession. Yes, we use PNDC Law 111 to regulate the properties.
I see. So in instances where you're married, an ordinance or customer, whatever it is, recognized under our jurisdiction, okay, then maybe you traveled. Beatrice, so I'm married to Beatrice. I traveled, or I'm here. We're living. She's at Dansuma Makaswa or Chado or wherever she is. We don't talk to each other. We hardly, maybe we'll have a conversation. We're still not maintaining the marriage the way it is in terms of the emotional aspect of that marriage. We're separated. We're all living our lives. We're mingling with others as well. Okay. But we haven't dissolved the marriage. Can we say that maybe after 10, 15 years, I mean, under the law, we are separated?
Let me use this opportunity to elucidate the public on this. This is a cogent question. The difference between separation and divorce in law. If you marry a woman under customary law, if you want to dissolve the marriage, there are 2 options. You can dissolve it at the family level, or you can go to court to dissolve the customary marriage. It's not only those who marry under the ordinance that can go to court for dissolution of the ordinance marriage. If you marry under customary law, you can dissolve it at the family level according to the custom of the ethnic group, or you may choose to go to court under Section 41 of the Matrimonial Causes Act to dissolve the customary marriage. But when it comes to ordinance or Christian marriage, it's only the court that can dissolve that marriage. You cannot dissolve ordinance or Christian marriage at the family level. Some will say, oh, they are returning the drink back to the family. There's nothing like that. So that if a man marries a woman under the ordinance and they're having problem, they may be separated for years. Maybe they are not living together. The man has traveled outside, or they may be separated for 20 years. Even though they are separated in the eyes of the law until they go to court for the dissolution of the marriage, they are still married to each other. Yes. They are still married to each other.
But we haven't been doing anything. No shugu, nothing. Don't.
Yes, until you go to court for it to be dissolved in the eyes of the law, you are still married to each other. I went to the church to speak, and the lady said she and the husband have been separated for about, they have not been living together for 20 years, separated for 20 years.
Okay.
And to her, it's like, it's a done deal. I said, no. In the eyes of the law, you are still married to each other. So that in the course of the separation, if either party goes to remarry, that second marriage will be null and void.
I see.
A case came to me some time ago. A man and a woman got married under the ordinance. They separated. Then in the course of the separation, the man went and married another woman. Later, when the man died, the first woman came back to lay claim to the man's properties. The question is she right? Yes. Because at the time the man died, he was still married to the first woman. That marriage has not been dissolved. So the second woman-in-law is not a wife. But at the time the man married her, the man had a wife under the ordinance. And until you dissolve the ordinance marriage, you cannot marry another woman. Yes.
So, for example, me that have been married, if I want to marry Beatrice in addition, let's say,
no.
I married under ordinance. I want to marry Beatrice in addition.
Okay, let me say that.
Can I do that?
Ordinance marriage is strictly monogamous. A man can only marry one woman at a time.
Oh, how?
Yes. You cannot marry more than one. But when it comes to customary, that one is different. But when it comes to ordinance, it's strictly monogamous. You cannot marry another woman until that first marriage is dissolved.
So unless I go and dissolve the marriage?
You cannot marry another woman.
So how do I legitimize my relationship with the second woman or the third woman?
No, so if you want, maybe you're married under ordinance, and they want to marry another woman, let me say that until you go to court for the dissolution of the first one, you cannot marry another woman, no.
Then what can I do?
No, you take care like that.
So, before we came on air, you were saying that, however, with a customary marriage, you can marry even more than 4 times.
Yeah.
For Islamic marriage, you have up to 4 women.
Yes.
So, but the customary marriage, you have the same benefits as the ordinance. So, why are you allowed to marry more under customary?
Okay, so by law, customary marriage is potentially polygynous. Most of the time, people say it's potentially polygamous. But when it says potentially polygamous, it means either the man or the woman can marry more than one.
Okay.
But in Africa or in Ghana, it's only a man who can marry more than one woman. So it's potentially polygynous. If you go to India, some years ago, they were practicing what we call a polyandry. I don't know how they were doing it. So for customary marriage, a man can marry as many women as he can conveniently live with. But when it comes to ordinance, it's strictly monogamous. Yes, that's the difference.
I see.
Is there any forgive me? Is there any specific reason these rules guiding these different types of marriages?
No, each type of marriage and the incident.
Okay.
Yes.
So, can there be an instance where I married under ordinance? I was a Christian, then I convert to Islam. Then, with my Islamic religious rights, I can take on additional 3.
Okay, let me say that. We are what we call a conversion. For some of the jurisdiction, if you change your religion, maybe a Christian, then you change your religion to Islam, then you can marry as many women. But
like, let's say I'm married to Beatrice, for example, yes. Ordinance. Then I make a decision that I want to convert to Islam.
Yes. Yeah, that's
not with an initial intention to get 3 more wives, but I have converted.
Yeah.
I'm married to her under ordinance. Then I was a Christian. Now I have married, I'm a Muslim, entitled to 3 more in addition to Beatrice. I'm not entitled to take...
No, that's what I'm saying, that for some of the jurisdiction, if you change your religion, then the nature of the marriage will change. But in Ghana, if you marry a woman under the ordinance and you change or you you get converted into Islam, it does not change the nature of the marriage. Justice Bobe decided on that case and said once it is ordinance marriage, you can only dissolve it at the court. Even if you change your religion, it will not affect the nature of the marriage you contracted, because the ordinance is strictly monogamous. And until you go to court for it to be dissolved, you are still validly married to each other.
I see.
Wow. So, I mean, if you can tell us also in terms of the registration of the marriage, the processes for each of them, because I know, for instance, in church, after the ceremony, the couple would go to a corner and sign a certificate.
Okay, so let me take you through the procedure for registering Christian marriage. For ordinance marriage, there are 3 types. It can be done under marriage officer's license by the gazetted ministers or pastors. They can also be done under marriage registrar's license at the district assembly, or you can do it under special license. Special license for those who cannot publish banns of marriage. Maybe the man is resident outside. He has few days come and spend in the country. You can go through process of acquiring a special license.
Okay.
But the other 2 licenses, you have to publish banns of marriage for at least 21 days. And after 21 days, if there's no caveat or objection to the marriage, they will issue you with a license. Every marriage will have a license. We had cases in the past when the parties thought they were married under the ordinance, but no license was issued for the marriage. And based on that, the court said there was no valid marriage under the ordinance. So for there to be ordinance marriage, there should be what? It should go strictly according to the requirement of the law. You'll be issued with a license. If there's no caveat, then a day will be set for the celebration of the marriage. The parties will meet, exchange vows of marriage, and then they'll go and sign the marriage certificate. Each party will bring about 2 witnesses for the signing. And after that, they'll be declared husband and wife.
Okay.
So when you say 21 days, is that what we see in churches where
publication
they
of
would
bans.
call them to announce that they are
Alright.
getting married
Yes.
on so and
Yeah,
so?
publication of
We
bans.
wrote something under there. One cannot marry under ordinance. One cannot marry under ordinance if already married customarily. Is it a good one?
No, so if you marry under customary, you can take the same woman
Okay.
to church to marry her under ordinance.
Okay.
But if you have 2 wives under customary law, you cannot take one of them to church to marry her under ordinance. That's criminal.
Okay. So I'm asking, this is how we couched it.
Okay.
One cannot marry under ordinance law if already married customarily.
To another
That's
person.
not right, right? You can take the same person to go and...
Yes. In that case, you are converting it from customary to ordinance.
Well,
Yes.
so the
But if
bigamy-
you marry under ordinance, you cannot marry another woman under customary.
That's bigamy.
Yeah, that's bigamy.
Yeah.
All right.
In terms of the registration of the marriage, of course, you mentioned the areas,
Okay.
the church or the district assembly
Okay.
office, or even your own office,
Yeah,
right?
Registrar General. Or
But
you
there
can do
are,
it in the court, magistrate court.
yes, but there are those who choose like beaches, gardens, and what happens to them?
Okay. So if you want to marry in the church, the law says the minister should be a gazetted minister, and the venue should be a licensed place of worship.
Okay.
A person may be ordained as a bishop in the denomination, but in that person is gazetted by the state. It does not have the authority of the state to officiate marriage under the ordinance. And by the laws of the state, if you have not been gazetted and you officiate marriage, you've committed a crime. You can even be fined. So for garden weddings, it means the venue has not been licensed, but you want to officiate the marriage there. So you apply for a special license from the Registrar General Department. Then they will detail a registrar to go and officiate the marriage for you. That comes with special license. And it's only the Registrar General Department that issues a special license. Yes.
Okay. So supposing Beatrice and I, we married in South Africa, or let's say in the UK, but we're Ghanaians. Then we come here. Is our marriage in Germany recognized under the law? Or how do we regularize that marriage?
No, so once you can prove that you got married in Germany and you come to Ghana to be recognized, but for it to be recognized, you have to come with the certificate. It should be attested, notarized and attested.
Notarized and attested.
Yeah, so it means the state has recognized that marriage. And if two Ghanaians also marry in Ghana and they go outside, the certificate will be notarized and then to be attested. So the U.S. Government will take cognizance of that.
Okay.
Yes.
I asked an earlier question. I'm not too sure there was clarity. You know, there's a ceremony we undertake. It's a very informal one where you send the drinks. It is not that you've married.
Oh, okay.
They call it knocking.
Knocking. Okay.
Shadrach says kokoko.
Okay. Let me say this.
Kokoko.
Yeah, let me say, they treat the young guys today, I'll be using on the ladies. They let me go and see your parents. They'll do knocking.
Knocking.
Then they'll tell the lady in, do whatever they want to do with the lady. Anytime they're fed up, they may ask the ladies to go.
That one,
in that
knocking.
Case, no, knocking is not marriage.
Kokoko.
What it means is, you are knocking, you stand at the door, you are knocking. The families should open for you to come in and perform the rites of marriage. So knocking is not marriage. So even after the knocking, the lady may decide not to marry the man, or the man may also decide not to marry the lady. And when it comes to marriage, nobody can be forced into marriage. After the knocking, if you disappoint the lady, she can go to court for breach of promise of marriage. But the court will never force the man to marry the woman, no.
But what does the lady get from that?
Oh, compensation.
Okay.
You can only be granted the damages, what we call damages in law. But the court will never force the man to marry the woman.
How does the court determine the damages?
Yeah, so we have things that court will take into consideration to determine the quantum of damages. It depends on how long they have been together. Maybe the whole community knows them as a maybe would be couple or something like that. If you disappoint, the court will take all this into consideration. So knocking is not marriage. And it's good for the ladies to keep themselves before they move in with a man, for their own good. So I went to a church to speak some time ago.
That they should keep what?
They should keep themselves before moving to live with a man. Because the man may what?
Bail out.
Yeah, or maybe take them for granted, do whatever he wants to do. Anytime he's fed up, he had the lady to go. I was in the church to speak some time ago. The pastor said a church member was cohabiting with a woman. No rites have been performed. They were even, the whole community know them as
a
couple, doing business together. Before the lady could say Jack, the man had gone to marry another woman. And the lady went to the pastor crying, but there's nothing the pastor could do. Yes. Even if a man impregnates a woman, the lady cannot go to court. That the court should force the man to marry her. No.
I see.
Yes.
The Muslims, they are entitled to marry 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, by their religion, yes.
By their religion. And it's recognized in Ghanaian law.
Yeah. That's part 2 of the Marriages Act. Yes.
I see.
Yes.
So, and I've witnessed a number of the marriages, the Ameria, the Aure and things they do.
Okay.
Sometimes you find that the person who came to represent the groom is not the one ultimately the husband. Okay. So it means that they did that by proxy. Okay.
Let me say that for customary marriage or ordinance marriage, no, customary marriage or Islamic marriage can be done by proxy. The 2 parties, or one of the parties, need not be present at the venue of marriage before it can be considered valid. Maybe the man is resident outside, or both of them are resident outside. All they will do, they will tell the families they had agreed to marry each other. That the families should go ahead and perform the rites of marriage. When the 2 families come together and perform rites of marriage, according to the custom of the ethnic group, there is valid customary marriage. But when it comes to ordinance marriage, it cannot be done by proxy. For ordinance or Christian marriage, both parties should be present and exchange vows of marriage before there can be valid ordinance or Christian marriage.
That's what the law says.
Yes. So for ordinance, the parties should be present and exchange vows of marriage.
But there was COVID, though. And people try to experiment. The man will be on video, and then the woman is here.
No, it's not allowed, no.
So in such instances where we had those events, what happens?
No, I don't know whether it was done. If done in Ghana,
no, they were.
It's not valid. No.
It was done?
No, it's not valid. There should be present, physical presence, and exchange vows of marriage before it can be deemed valid.
But I've witnessed one event involving a family member where both were outside of the country and they performed that.
Under ordinance.
So
No, it cannot be
okay,
done.
so
I don't know, but they did
so
that.
there was an instance that I saw.
Yes.
Okay.
I think I've seen more than one,
Okay.
but one I know was in Ghana. The other videos were outside.
Okay, let me say that.
Okay, it's where the groom was on video, also dressed, and then the woman too was here, Ghana here. It happened during the
It's not-
COVID,
okay.
the period.
I will tell you
And then there was the sitting,
family, yes.
there was the sitting and all those things. Were you then still the Registrar of Marriages?
I will tell your authority that such marriage is not valid. It's not valid. No, it's not recognized by the state. For them to be married under ordinance under Part 3 of the Marriages Act, the parties should meet in the chambers of marriage. Both of them should be in the country.
Physical presence?
Yeah, physical presence. Cannot be done outside. No. Yes.
I'm taking you a little bit back.
Okay.
You mentioned the breach of promise for the woman. Is there one for the guys as well?
Yeah. After the knocking, if the woman also disappoints the man too can go to court. Until recently, a certain man claimed he sponsored the lady through one of the tertiary institutions. When the lady came out, he said the man is not her specs or something like that. The man went to court for breach of promise of marriage, yes.
And he got
Yeah,
compensated
he got
for that?
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a question. Please, is a marriage recognized by law if the man has not paid bride price, but they are wedded in the church and given a marriage certificate?
Normally, when people come to us, our Registrar General Department, we don't ask whether bride price have been paid. Yes. But let me say that it's not proper for you to take somebody's daughter without paying the bride price, like you are sealing the person in court. But yes, so make sure the writing is done before you go to church or the assembly to marry the lady, yes.
Okay, so after all this, how do you dissolve the marriages, the dissolution,
Okay.
under the various marriage types?
Okay. So for customary marriage, it can be dissolved at the family level. Maybe some will claim they are returning the drink, or some will be returning the cow. It depends on the custom of the ethnic group. Or you may choose to go to court for dissolution of the customary marriage under Section 41 of the Matrimonial Causes Act. And when it comes to Islamic marriage, you can choose to go to court under Section 41 of the Matrimonial Causes Act for the dissolution of the customary of the Islamic marriage. But when it comes to ordinance marriage, only the court that can dissolve the ordinance marriage. You go by way of petition. The law says there's only one ground when you can base to have the ordinance marriage dissolved. And that ground, the marriage has broken down beyond reconciliation. And for you to prove that the marriage has broken down beyond reconciliation, you have to prove one or several facts. And the first one is the other party has committed adultery. And by reason of the adultery, you cannot cohabit with the person. The second one is the other person has behaved in such a way that it cannot reasonably be expected to live with the person. The third one is one party has deserted the other. The fourth one is you've been separated for 2 years, and both of you have agreed that it should be dissolved. Then the fifth one is you have been separated for 5 years. Even if both of you don't even agree that it should be dissolved, once you can prove that they've been separation for 5 years, the court will look at that. And the last one is you are not able to reconcile your differences. Yes.
So the 2 years, when you have one party disagreeing, the court will not allow the divorce to happen.
But if the other party should consent and the person is withholding it unreasonably, the court can do away with the consent. Yes.
Okay. This one is from Aaron Takrad. He says, can an Ewe man marry 4 times under customary marriage?
Okay, so as I said, for customary marriage, it's potentially polygynous, or some say it's potentially polygamous. A man can marry as many women as he can conveniently live with. It doesn't matter whether the man is an Ewe man, or Ashanti man, or Frafra man. A man can marry as many women as he can conveniently live with. And the case here is a Graham against Graham, yes.
Okay,
So
Felix Apple. Felix Apple says that what would be the best advice if I haven't yet married under ordinance and I want to marry 3 women? So he's single. Felix Apple is single. Wants to go and marry 3 women. Hasn't yet married under ordinance. So
Okay.
he's asking...
So as a lawyer and church elder, I think I would advise that you keep to one wife for your own
That's
good.
for you being an elder.
Yes.
Why
Please
is there a
advise as a
problem
lawyer.
But that's
marrying
what I'm
more?
saying that. Why do you want to marry more than one? Can you take care of
Is it
them
your lawyer
equally?
answer or the elder answer?
Both.
Both.
Yes, I would advise you to keep to only one for your own good.
Does your office also expect a particular procedure in terms of celebrating any of these marriages?
No, for Registrar General Department, you come by way of a special license. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
All right. They said we can open the phone lines so that others will call. Okay. Shadow Kabe, our lead producer, says no. So we're not opening phone lines. Sorry. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. And I see that you have a nice book. I didn't know you are really an expert. And you teach at the Ghana School of Law
I
as
teach
well.
family law at the Ghana School of Law.
I see.
Yes.
You have some nice cases in there.
Yes.
Wow. So this one we can find the marriage registration and
divorce in Ghana.
divorce in Ghana. And since you are the registrar of marriages, and you wrote this as a lawyer or as
Yes.
lawyer cum Christian. You said Christian elder. Or?
Yeah, I'm an elder in Church of Pentecost. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So, why is it important for people to have knowledge about the marriage types, the grounds under which you can do?
Very, very good for people to know what the law says. Because in the past, people thought they were marrying under the ordinance. In one of the cases, they didn't even issue license for the marriage. In one, even though they issued license, they did not sign where they are supposed to sign. So if you don't go strictly according to the requirement of the law, there's no marriage. You know, before 1995, those who marry under ordinance, by virtue of the ordinance marriage, could claim to test or the other spouse properties. So they will first go through customary marriage, then later they convert to Islamic, they convert to ordinance. So that when the other party dies, they could claim to test. But because they didn't go strictly according to the requirement of the law, the lawyer said, the judges said, even though the intention was they wanted to convert, they did not go strictly. They did not go strictly according to the law. So because of that, there's no marriage. Yes.
All right. Last one. This one is from Kwekudua. Kwekudua says that if we've been separated for 8 years, is it a legal basis to ask for divorce?
Yeah. So as I said, the law says if you have been separated for 5 years, it's one of the facts to base the action for dissolution on. Yes.
Okay.
For 5 years. Yes.
Okay. What if within the 5 to 8 years, one year you go and chook one, then you come.
Yeah. So the court.
Have you maintained the marriage or something? 1 year.
Yeah, but the court will look at all the facts and then determine whether there can be said to be separation. Yes. And as I said, some separation for 2 years will be enough. Yes.
Once a year. The court will still look at the facts.
No, once you can say that you've been separated for 2 years, the court will look at that. Yes.
All right.
2
Thank
or
you very
5
much.
years, you said. Yes,
and,
thank you very much.
And it's a privilege to have you, the Registrar of Marriages at the Registrar General's Department, and lawyer Oladele Kweku Arabike. Thank you very much for passing through. He's also an elder of the Church of Pentecost. Which branch? Oyarifa.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it PIWC or?
It's a worship center.
PIWC?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wish you all the best for the day,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
And thank you for passing through our studios.
Welcome.
It's been very educative as well. Beatrice has been very much interested in this. Please give us cash out.
All right, so we are going to do the draw for today. If you kept playing, I'm sure by now you would know that your number will pop up. So we want to find out which of you is getting that 1,000 cedis home. Yes, and the numbers are scrolling.
Yeah. So we're going to get the winner. Lawyer Ladele, Peter is asking, is divorce expensive?
No,
All
I
right.
don't think so.
Okay.
No,
So we have our
it's not.
first draw. 0543-468-. If this is your number, congratulations to you.
Fantastic.
Today is Thursday, you've got some 1,000
Lawyer
cedis.
Oladele is telling us that divorce is not expensive. Just in case you want 1,000 Ghana cedis.
But it
and
may
you
be
want
very
to...
expensive emotionally and other ways.
Beatrice, don't start a fight. Lawyer say that they know the cost. You say that in the cost. All right. So we have some birthdays coming
Yes.
up, so we'll just put them on the screens for you.
Oh.
Beautiful. Oh, Apiefa,
Yes.
I just saw her. I didn't know.
Yes.
General Manager of Adisa Productions.
Yes.
Apiefa Mfojo, happy birthday to you. This lady is just great.
Yeah,
Not
happy
only
birthday.
beautiful, but also intelligent.
Yes.
Behind some of Ghana's biggest productions
Indeed.
when it comes to entertainment and our
beautiful
sports as
and
well.
all of the great stuff.
Heads at Adisa Productions. They are also in charge of all the Premier League, beautiful Premier League matches you watch on television as well. And she deserves to be celebrated. Apiefa, all the best to you.
Yes, happy birthday. Special song for her, right?
Okay.
Felix Sapon, Esquire. Cheers to another amazing year from your wife, Efia, and the children. Mrs. Daniela Namwale George, happy birthday to you. Wishing you long life and prosperity. Manager NSSL Panfo of Gapoha Security Department, aged gracefully. Thomas Ampon Sakusi, God richly bless you, from Theodora Holali Tehoda. Mrs. Vivian Otiwa, cheers to long life from your husband and loved ones. Natalie Ajolu, wishing you good health and long life, from Brother Simons. Ellen Akwokusewa, wishing you joy and blessings, from Cecilia. Big sis, cheers to another amazing year, from Kojoya Baby. Mrs. Rachel Osei, CEO of Richwell Cosmetics, aged gracefully, from Obaya and your workers. Mr. Samson Kwejo Boateng of Calvary Men's Fellowship, aged gracefully. Justina Apia, wishing you joy and blessings, from Oliver. Mercy Mamle Adam, cheers to greatness, from Ajele. Oh, Ajete. Mrs. Nathalina Phelps, cheers to long life and prosperity. You love the photo shoot?
Very beautiful.
Oh, that's it for our show today, right?
Yeah, certainly. And Lawyer Oladile, thank you. It's been a delight to have you in the studio as well.
I don't know what I can. Okay. Something on customer marriage registration.
Customer marriage registration? Okay.
Let me say this before I leave. That the law says if you marry a woman under customary law, you may decide to register it, or you may decide not to register it. Even if you don't register it, once you can prove that rights were performed under custom, according to the custom of the ethnic group, there is valid customary marriage. So there was a case, one of the students mentioned that a woman and a man got married, but it was not registered. Then I think when the man died, some of the family members gang up against the lady.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
And
Thank you.
based on that, even though it was not registered, the court said it's not compulsory to register the customer marriage.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right. That'll be for the show. Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of our programs.
And we'll see you same time tomorrow.
Yes.
So this one for.
Baby, Sarah, wa family go free. Send me to Hania, meaning so wasa. Oh oh. We did da Sarah, wa da me oh. Ain't sweetie, I'm a sweetie.